HarperCollins presents His Truth, Her Truth by Noelle Holten, read by Charlie Ives and Darryl Foster.
Prologue. The couple lay sprawled out on their kitchen floor, Beth Stanford's vibrant locks of dark brown hair matted with blood, making it impossible to distinguish where Joe Tasker's bearded, bruised face ended and her own began. The moonlight cast long, grotesque shadows on the worn-out floor tiles of what was once a picturesque, semi-detached home in Gladstone Village. Gladstone is nestled in the lush countryside of North Warwickshire and exudes the charm of a quintessential rural village. At its heart lies a corner shop, a quaint establishment that has stood the test of time, offering everything from fresh produce to local gossip. Nearby, the village park invites both young and old for leisurely strolls and picnics under the canopy of ancient oaks and is the perfect cut-through to the local pub. The pub is the hub of community life, where laughter and stories echo against the backdrop of crackling firewood. All of Gladstone exudes a spirit of community and time-honoured traditions. Except this night was different. You'd think they were just asleep. P.C. Bradshaw kept his voice low as he spoke to his colleague, the irony of the peaceful scene, brutally interrupted by the splattered crimson that painted the walls and cabinets. They sure picked a hell of a way to nap. P.C. Mitchell swallowed hard, his gaze fixed on the knives the pair held. One in his hand, one in hers, glinting, almost winking under the room's dim light and covered in blood. The rustic charm of the house was marred by the chaos, the smell of a burnt meal, broken glasses, scattered utensils, and torn bits of paper that danced across the floor. A final desperate struggle took place here. The call? Anonymous, was it? P.C. Mitchell mumbled, wiping sweat from his brow with a gloved hand as he looked through post on the counter. Joe Tasker and Beth Stanford. He held up a letter. Yeah, the caller said they heard screams or shouting of some sort. Guess they didn't want to be involved. P.C. Bradshaw's eyes scanned the room, trying to piece together the violence. As the two officers leaned closer to inspect the wounds, Mitchell's seasoned eyes caught a slight twitch in Joe's fingers, a movement so subtle it could easily be mistaken for a trick of the moonlight. Damn it, Bradshaw is alive! Mitchell's voice was layered with its familiar rasp. Quick, check her pulse! Bradshaw, eyes wide with surprise, pressed two fingers to Beth's wrist. Alive. Just. Faint. Mitchell scrambled to his radio, his voice urgent. Where the hell's that ambulance? The hushed stillness of the night was broken by the distant wail of sirens. There was only one question on the officers' minds. What had happened in the once peaceful streets of Gladstone Village? Part 1. Chapter 1. Joe. Joe and Beth drove to the train station in silence. She was angry with him, and as much as he understood, he'd explained he needed some time to sort things out at work before he could head to Leek and be with her and her father. What if he dies, Joe? What will I do? Guilt punched him in the gut. Hey. He reached across and took her hand, giving it a squeeze. He took a turn for the worst, but you know what your dad's like. He'll be all right. He glanced over, but she was staring out the window. He knew his words sounded insincere. Nearly there. He turned left towards the front of the station. Pulling into a parking spot, he got out and headed to the boot of the car, pulling out her case and placing it beside her. She was in her own world. Are you sure you're going to be all right? We could always ask if Kay can come and collect you. Beth and her Aunt Kay had one of those up and down kinds of relationship. Although Kay had stepped in as her mother figure when Beth's own mother had abandoned her, Joe knew how Beth still held grudges. She pulled up the handle of her case sharply. No thanks, I'll be fine. It's only an hour and a half or so by train. Joe pulled her close. Call me as soon as you're...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?